Hi, Poker Savvy. This is Andrew Brokos. I got 4 tables going right now. This one in the upper right-hand corner is a $200 FTOPS tournament, 6MAX tournament on Full Tilt, and the other 3 are $50 no-limit games, but they're deep stack tables, so I was able to buy in for $200 at each of these tables. I thought it might be interesting to see how some of the concepts that I've talked about in my series videos, the flop series, the turn series, and the river series. I thought it might be interesting to see how some of that stuff applies at both a tournament table and at a smaller stakes cash game, which I think the play is probably going to be somewhat similar, at least while the stacks are similar at the deep stack table. So one difference you'll notice is that I'll be a little more inclined to play weaker hands at a position, like calling this raise here with ace-4 suited, just because I don't expect my opponents to play, I don't expect them to take advantage of their position very well. So it's going to be easier for me to show down, like if my ace turns out to be the best hand here, the player very well might just check it down with me, which I think that a higher stakes player would not do. So if he has something like, I don't know, pocket 3s here, he might just check it all the way without a diamond, and then I'll get to find out that my ace-4 is good, whereas a better player would have bluffed at some point during the hand. Or similarly, he might, well, I guess there's really no reason why he would value bet that, but the other mistake that people might make is failing to value bet hands that they should, which also makes it easier to play against them from out of position, because it means you're not going to lose as much money when you don't have the best hand. So another call that I might not make at a game where I was up against better players here, overcalling with ace-jack. In fact, I would very well would try to make a squeeze play here against people who I knew were going to be opening wide under the gun and also would be capable of laying down hands. I would feel the need to protect my range in part by squeezing with something like ace-jack, whereas here against people who probably aren't going to fold very often pre-flop, I think it's better to just take the flop and then make good decisions after the flop. Another difference you'll notice is that I'm going to be believing opponents a lot more. So when people call, I'm going to assume that they have a medium strength hand and that they're not calling with the intention of bluffing a future street. And also, I guess I won't necessarily assume that they aren't slow playing. But when they bet, I'm going to be more inclined to believe that they have something. When they raise, I'm going to be more inclined to believe that they have something.